everyone! Today is going to be a bit of a product rambles. I haven't done any of these before, but this is going to be replacing my monthly hauls because usually there are so many things that I want to just like update you guys on, whether it's things that I've received, maybe it's like some Octoly stuff, maybe it's just opinions that I've formed on products that I've used for a while that, you know, I wasn't really able to talk about in my haul. So I feel like this is going to be more of a helpful video for you guys if you were wondering about certain products, and it's also a place for me to share about some products that I have received. So I think we should just jump into it because I have quite a lot of stuff. So I first want to start off with some things that I've actually gotten sent to me. Not all of these are makeup, so if you want to just skip ahead to the things that I bought myself and like the makeup products, I will leave a timestamp here if you want to just skip ahead because I don't know how long I'll be talking here for. So let's just get into the first item. So the first brand that I want to give a shout out to is Fragrancenet, and I know I've talked about them in the past because they sent me a huge package of Betsy Johnson makeup to test out. If you have not watched that video, I'll link that in the corner for you. But basically Fragrancenet is a site that sells mostly fragrances from the name of it, obviously. So they also were so sweet to send me some fragrances to test out because they wanted me to, you know, get more into fragrances because I told them that I didn't really know a lot about fragrances because it's not something that I like to spend a lot of money on. And that is why Fragrancenet is so awesome, because they offer super affordable prices on very high-end perfumes, and I think that is great. And the reason why they're able to do that is because they are exclusively an online store, so they don't have to pay for like a location to store everything. So I think this is awesome, and like this site has been around forever. It's a very legit site. I had never heard of them until they reached out to me to send me that makeup. So I obviously looked into it because I wanted to make sure it was like a, you know, good site to be buying things from, and it turns out it is. And a lot of people that I know even has been buying things from the site for forever, and I never even heard of it. So I think it's so awesome to be able to share this with you guys because it's a great place to buy very affordable perfumes and fragrances, and I don't know, I just think it's a great option. So I want to show you the ones that they did send me. Now I did tell them that I don't know much about fragrances and I don't really know what I like because I just haven't tried out that many things, but I do know that I mostly like sweet scents, nothing that's like too strong and nothing that's like very musky and manly smelling. Like that is just not really my kind of scent. I prefer very sweet kind of like candy scents and like maybe on the floral side, but not like too florally. So I'll show you the ones that they sent me. I'm not going to try to explain what any of these smell like because I simply just can't. I don't have the scent vocabulary to do so with. I don't know what like notes of anything is really, but I think my favorite out of three that they sent me is the YSL Black Opium. I think this one smells so good. Like all of these three are kind of like softer scents, if you will. You know, they're not super strong. They're not going to like really linger and, you know, be annoying for the people that are around you. I only usually use one spray as well, so I don't like to wear a lot of perfume. I don't like to smell very strongly. I just like kind of that subtle hint of smell. And the next one that I got is the Amor by Cacharel, I think this is called. Cacharel. I've never heard of this brand. Do you guys know who this is? I have no clue. This one smells really good too. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to explain what any of these smell like because I don't know how to. But what I can say is that I really like them all. And the last one that I have here is from Guerlain. I don't know the name of this because I'm not one to keep packaging, so it just says Guerlain here. It also says Mon Guerlain on the back. I don't know if that is the name of the perfume, but I really like this one too. I honestly really like all of these three, and like I said, I can't tell you what they smell like, so I will link them all down below if you want to go check them out. I'm sure they have like notes on the site and stuff. So yeah, I just want to say thank you so much to Fragrancenet for sending these to me because it's been so much fun to test out some new perfumes and like find out what it is that I like and what I don't like. And I feel like this is a good starting point for me because now I have some things to choose from. So yeah, thank you so much for sending this my way because this was like so helpful, and it's not something that I probably would have ever bought myself if it wasn't for having a YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm just so happy about this. Something else that was kindly sent to me this month is actually by a jewelry brand. I've gotten a lot of emails from like weird jewelry brands wanting to send me stuff, and I'm very picky with what I say yes to. So when these reached out and I looked at their website, I was like, you know what, your stuff is actually really cute and I would love to try some of your stuff. So they were so sweet to send me 2 pairs of earrings, and you guys know I love my kind of big statement earrings or even just like cute dangly earrings. Like I like earrings a lot. I'm trying to get more into wearing jewelry because it is so much fun, and I actually have quite a big collection. So it was so fun to be able to add 2 more pairs to my collection, and I honestly really like both of them. So this is the first pair that I got. These are very large, One thing I don't like about these though is that they are very heavy, but if that is not something that bothers you, these are very, very good quality. They seem to be super well made, and I love the little details they have in them. I just think that they're really cute. They are very big though, so if you're not into like big statement earrings, you're probably not going to like these. But the other thing that I really like about these as well is that they don't irritate my ears. A lot of the time with jewelry, if it's not silver or gold, my ears really start to hurt and I can't wear the earrings for very long. But these don't do that, which I really, really like. And the other little pair of earrings that I got here are actually some kind of small hoops. I've worn these in videos, both these pairs, many times, and this one has like a little star and a moon on them, and I just think it's so, so cute. So if you guys wanted to check out the site, I will link it down below. And they also asked me if I wanted to get a code with them, and I said, yeah, you know what, why not? Because I really like this stuff. So the code is just Annette's Makeup Corner, and it will give you 10% off on any orders over $19 until July 1st, if I'm not mistaken. So like I said, I will just leave all of the information down below if you want to go check that out. I do have one more brand I want to just give a quick thank you to, and this is an Amazon brand that actually reached out to me and wanted to send me a mirror. And at first I was like, I really don't need a mirror, like I'm sorry, I'm gonna turn down this time. And they're like, well, can we just please send you the mirror, and maybe you'll like it, maybe you want to share it with your audience, you don't have to if you don't want to. And I was like, all right, fine, just send me the mirror. Because it is honestly kind of cool. So I don't know how well you're actually going to be able to see this without me flashing everything here. So this is the mirror. Oh my god, this is gonna be so hard. Okay, let me try this. So basically this is what it looks like. It comes with a charging cord. So you charge the mirror, and then you have a touch screen here so you can turn the mirror on, and it has different lightings on it depending on where in the house you are or what kind of lighting you want. So it has like outdoor lighting, and it's also got like studio lighting. And if you hold a button, it'll kind of adjust the brightness for you. And I think this is really cool. Like, I think this is a cool idea, and I really like the fact that it's chargeable. Like, I charge this on my computer. Like, that is kind of cool. It also came with one of these magnifying things. This is like a 10x one, and it also came with a little pocket mirror, which looks like this. So this one also has a light inside. I thought this was really cool. It's not something that I needed at all. Like, I really don't need this, but they wanted to send it to me, and I was like, you know what, it's kind of cool, so thank you. This one also has a light, like I said, and you can also hold this button and it'll adjust the brightness of the light inside of here. So this is just so cool. Like, if you want to throw something in your purse, if you're like going out at night or something and you want to touch up something, it's just cool to have. And also this one charges with the same cord as the other one. So I will leave this mirror listed down below as well. And they also decided they wanted to give me a code, and I was like, you know what, your mirror is kind of cool, so I'll take it. And it'll give you 50% off if you were interested in anything like that. Please don't feel like you need to buy any of the stuff that I just talked about. Like, it's not necessary at all. But if for whatever reason you are interested, I will leave everything down below as well as the code. So that's going to be it for like the things that I got sent that I would like to mention. I do have an Octoly item in here, but I'll get to that eventually. So let's just jump into like all of the other makeup items that I really want to talk about and like show you, and that, you know, I have updates on, because like I said earlier in the video, sometimes I try stuff that I just forget to talk about. So that's what we're gonna be doing now. Okay, so I actually do have one more non-makeup related item, but I thought I would talk about it still because I picked up one of these as a perk at Sephora. This is the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo. I love what this does to my hair, but it really leaves a white cast, and I don't like that at all. I think if you're blonde, you're going to probably love this. But for me, every time I use this, I literally have to go over like my hairline with some eyeshadow because I need to cover up the white. So I don't think I would recommend this, depending on what your hair color is. I thought I would just kind of throw it in here in case you guys have been wondering about this brand, because I've heard a lot of good things about Amika, and I get why a lot of people like this, but I can't for the life of me get the white cast out of my hair after I use this. So for me, this is probably going to be a no, but I wonder if they maybe have this in another color or something. But then again, I mean, I have crazy colored hair, so it's not going to match my hair, but I do think this would be really nice if you are blonde or of a lighter hair color. Just not like pink, you know? So this was probably a no for me. So something random that I did mention in another video that has not gotten up yet, so you'll probably see me talk about this more later on. But I went to the Estee Lauder outlet with a friend of mine like 2 weeks ago now, a week ago, I don't know, it's been a little while. But I picked up one of the mini Tom Ford bullet lipsticks. Whoa, I don't know what just happened there. Something just fell. That was freaky. But anyway, this is a beautiful, beautiful nude. I'm almost like scared to swatch it because it's so fragile and I don't want it to break. But here's what the color looks like. So it's got a bit of a sheen to it and it's not like super opaque, but it's opaque enough that I can use it as a lipstick on its own. I will say the formula is beautiful, but I hate the taste of this. Like, this tastes so bad. Oh my god, like it's really annoying, honestly, because it's one of those things that it tastes and smells so bad when you first put it on, but then it just never leaves your lips. It never goes away. Like, I'm smelling this the whole time after I put it on and I don't like it. It just smells like, what is even, I don't even know what it smells like. I'm so bad at explaining smells, can you tell? I feel like it just smells like old school luxury makeup, which, I mean, it basically is, but it doesn't smell good and it really puts me off from using this. But I have tried to use it here and there just to get an idea of whether or not I like it. It's not very long lasting, but I do think it's beautiful. I like the color, I like the formula a lot, so I mean, I'm gonna keep using it, but I would never buy another Tom Ford lipstick ever, I don't think. And I want to talk about the foundation that I'm wearing today. I'm wearing the Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. I used this in a video where I did collab with my friend Jessica. We did a video using makeup techniques that we don't normally use, and this was in there for me because I never wear anything but full coverage foundation, and this is like a light to medium foundation, but I found that it's definitely more on the medium side. I don't actually have to spot reduce or spot conceal, I should say, before going in with this to feel comfortable wearing this on its own, unless I'm having like a really bad skin day, which happens a lot, let's be honest. But I do find that I can wear this on its own and actually be pretty comfortable with it. And I'm wearing it today. I only have one thin layer on. I'm not the kind of person who like to layer my foundation. I feel like anything more than one layer just ends up feeling really icky, you know? Like, I don't want to have 2 layers of foundation on my skin, so that is why I tend to go for the full coverage foundations, because I can get away with only using 1 layer. But I really do like this. I like this a lot. This is actually more long lasting than I thought it would be. This lasts for like a good 10 hours on me, I want to say, before it starts to look a little bit patchy and stuff, but I like this a lot. I love, love, love this bottle. This, I wish every foundation would come in a bottle like this with a smiley face on it. It would just make me so happy. So maybe that's one of the reasons why I like this so much, because it's just so cute. And if you're wondering, I do have oily skin, so if you have oily skin too, I think you would really like this. So I want to talk about this sunscreen a little bit, because this is the Unseen Sunscreen by Supergoop. I've had this now for maybe a month and a half, I want to say. Some days I forget to put it on. Don't shoot me, I know, I'm terrible, but I try to use this as often as I can, as often as I remember. And what I realized with this is that you need to put on a very, very, very small amount, because if you go in with too much, it starts to like ball up on your skin, and I hate that feeling. I hate it so much. So I have to be really careful with this when I put it on, to not put on too much, and also not like rub too much and just kind of like pat it in instead. And that seems to be working really nicely, and I do really like this sunscreen a lot. I do find that when I'm careful with my application, that my foundation actually goes on really nicely on top of this, because it is almost like a silicone primer is what it kind of reminds me of. So I do really like this, and actually you guys were the ones who recommended this to me on my Instagram stories a while back when I asked about a good sunscreen to wear under foundation. This is the one that most people said, and this has SPF 40 in it, which is great. So if you're wondering about this, I would say go ahead and try it. You're probably going to like it. Just be careful with how much you use of it. I want to give another shout out to a product that I've just absolutely been loving ever since I got it, and this is the Cover FX Monochromatic Bronzer and Blush Duos. I am so obsessed with these. I'm actually not wearing them today for whatever reason, but I usually wear one of these every single day. This is the bronzer. I have mine in the shade Sunkissed Bronze, and then I also have one of their blush duos. I really want to get more of these. This is the Mojave Mauve, I think this is called, and it's just beautiful. I love the blush topper in this. I love everything about these. I have made a video on them. If you want to check that out, I will link that in the corner where I try them on and stuff, and they are just, oh, they're fantastic. They're such a good product. Yes, they're expensive. I think they're worth it. This is one of those kind of luxury products that just makes me feel a bit bougie. And I've talked about this before, but I like the feeling of bougie makeup. I like how it makes me feel. I like how the process of applying it feels. I like everything about these products. The only thing that I wish was different was that I wish that the compartments or components, what is this called? The thing it comes in, like this. I wish they weren't exactly the same because it's hard to tell them apart. Like I wish the bronzer was a different color on the outside than the blush maybe, or I don't know how I would change it, but I would just do something to, you know, differentiate them from each other. But other than that, these are such fantastic products. Another product that I have been loving lately, this is the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I randomly picked this up at Walgreens, I think it was. Maybe I was at Ulta. I don't remember where I got this, but I walked past it and I was like, yeah, I'll try a new brow pen because I always run out of brow pens and I always need a new one. So I was like, let me try this one. It was cheap and I am in love. This is one of my favorite brow products right now. I had been using the CoverGirl one for a very long time, ever since I saw Raw Beauty Christy do a video with it, and I fell in love with that one, and I probably went through like 3 or 4 of those. I still have 2 backups in my drawer, but right now I've been using this basically every day and I really love it. I have mine in neutral brown. I don't think this has a very good shade range though. From what I remember, it only has 3 shades, but this one works beautifully for me. So I'm really happy to have found a very inexpensive brow product, because it's one of those things that I have to repurchase all the time and I go through so many of these. And what I like about this is that it is nice and pigmented without being too pigmented. I do like me a pigmented brow pen, and it also has a good spoolie on it, which is kind of rare to find in a drugstore spoolie, and spoolies actually make a big difference, to me anyway. I'm kind of picky with my spoolies, but I like the spoolie on this a lot, and I also like that it's not too waxy. My biggest pet peeve with brow pencils, especially like drugstore ones, are that they are just too waxy. Like I find myself using too much product, and then when I'm trying to build it up, it like kind of rubs away, and it's not pleasant to use. But this one I actually really like, and I'm so happy I found that, because now I have a cheap brow pen to buy if I need a new one. So something that I haven't quite made up my mind about yet, maybe I shouldn't even mention it in this video. I think I mentioned it in a previous video, but this is the Natasha Denona Mini Diamond and Glow. I want to like this so bad. I keep trying to make it work for me, and the only way that I really find that I can use this is to use the blush as a blush topper, which, I mean, it is shimmery. It's just very light. It's way too light for me right now anyway to be able to use it as an actual blush. And the highlighter is just, it's so glittery. I feel like it just doesn't stick on my face, you know? That's how I felt about the Fenty one too, the diamond one. What the was that called? I don't know, but I ended up returning it because I got it all over my face. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've tried it with so many different brushes, and no matter what I do, it seems like it just doesn't want to stick on my face. And then I've tried to spray it, and then I just end up with like a patchy streak of like wet highlight on my face, and it's not a good look. So if you know how to use these very glittery highlighters and have them actually stick on your face, let me know, because I'd love to know. And yeah, I mean, I guess I'll keep it because I do like the blush topper in this. I don't love this, I don't hate it. I wouldn't buy it again. I could see why a lot of people do like it, but I'm surprised I haven't heard more people say that they don't like this. A new discovery to me that I found last month is the new Milani Hypnotic Lights eye toppers. These are beautiful. I want to get them all. I have only one. I have Electric Forest. I'm pretty sure I swatched this in another video. I definitely used it in a video, but this is what this one looks like. So, I mean, see how far that goes? It goes such a long way. Oh my god. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's almost like a green gold, and I love this so much. I think it is so nice. I have never used it like all over my lid, but you guys know I don't really use these on my lid. I mostly use them like as an accent in the inner part of my lower lash line or in my inner corner, or I'll use them to make like a cut crease line, and it is fantastic for that. I can't tell you how it wears on the lid, if it cracks, if it does anything crazy, but the times that I've used it, this has performed beautifully and I haven't had any issues with it at all. It doesn't like fall on my face and stuff, and it's a beautiful product, and it's a lot cheaper than the Stila Glitter and Glows too. And I will for sure pick up more of these if I'm ever at a store that sells Milani, which I tend to never be. So It's so annoying though, because every time I go to the Walgreens that is close to where I live, they never have like the fun products. They only have like the very basics from every brand, which makes me so sad because that's not really what I'm looking for. But to sum up, I really like this, and if you've been eyeing these and you wondering if they're good or not, I think that these are great. So here is a product that I got in my BoxyCharm, I think last month, and this is the Amor Cosmetics Blush Palette. I was so excited to see this in the box because I thought this looked so beautiful, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this that much, and I think this is a medium tan one. Like, I'm not medium tan, and this barely shows up on me at all. And they're very hard to build up. They're very powdery, and I don't find that the lasting power is very good. They don't really stick on my face. I have to really, really, really build them up. I have not tried like the darkest one on its own yet, this one, so I'm probably gonna have to do that, but I don't like the formula on these. I just don't think they're that good. They're just extremely powdery, and I definitely prefer more like softer blushes. So I don't know, I don't really like this, to be honest, and I know a lot of people do, but I was not a fan of this. Something that I did like though, that I did get in BoxyCharm, is the Ciate London Eye Luster Cream Eyeshadow. This is a liquid eyeshadow, and this is beautiful. Oh my god, like, I'm gonna swatch this for you. But this is so pretty. It's almost like a golden peach, and it's really, really, really beautiful. A lot of the time when I'm done like doing my makeup in front of the camera and it's like maybe later in the day, I will go and put on like some kind of a liquid eyeshadow if I'm testing out something, and just put it like on top of the look that I have on, and every time I've done that, this has just looked so pretty. And I haven't worn it for more than like 4 hours, I don't think, but I've not had any issues at all, and I actually did use this on my entire lid one day, and it wore really nice on me, and I like it a lot. I think it's beautiful. So yeah, I would be interested in getting more of these. I wonder how much these are. I didn't look that up when I got the BoxyCharm, but knowing it's Ciate London, it's probably pretty expensive, so I might have to look into that because I like these. I feel like I'm gonna be beating a dead horse with this one, but I've been talking about these for so many times, but this is the Wet n Wild High Shine Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Lipstick, something like that. Did I say it right for once in my life? I don't know. This is not my favorite shade, but this formula is so good. If you like a glossy lip, you're gonna love these. I mean, they are basically like a very opaque gloss, and that's why I like them so much, because I find that it's hard to find glosses that are super opaque and still like wear well. And I will show you, like, do you see how opaque that is? It's so beautiful. I love these. I bought another one yesterday that I haven't opened yet, and I have 2 other ones as well. So now I have 4, and I feel like every time I go to Walgreens, I'm just gonna keep picking up one of these because I think that these are so good. And they wear so well too. Like, they really stick to your lips, but they're not sticky. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's almost like, imagine if you put super glue down on your lips and then put a gloss on top of it. That's how this feels like on. It feels like it's going to really stick, and I really like that. And it layers really nicely on top of liquid lipsticks too. And normally I just wear these with a lip liner, and even without a lip liner, because they are so opaque that they can stand on their own. And I just think they're such a beautiful formula. So the next thing I want to talk about is some brushes, and I want to keep this very short. I mentioned in a previous video that someone reached out to me and asked if I wanted to test out a new brush that they are coming out with. Well, not a new brush, but a new series of brushes, and these brushes have not launched yet. They're from a brand called Raffer, and these are the brushes. So I basically have like their whole range. Some of these are prototypes. Some of these are going to be launching on June 10th. I will make a full video on these brushes on that day, reviewing them, but I just want to say that I love these. These are the best brushes that I've ever used in my life, quality-wise. There's a couple here that, like, shape-wise, I don't really understand how to use, but I mean, I think these brushes are so freaking fantastic. One of my favorites is actually this setting brush. I use this to set on my eyes. It is such a nice brush. These are all made out of goat hair though, so I mean, they're probably not cruelty-free. If that is something that bothers you, I'm sorry, but these are such amazing quality, and I can't wait to show you guys like in a video, but just keep an eye out for that because these are so freaking amazing that I could literally throw out like all of my other brushes and be super happy to just have these. And speaking of brushes, I also have one more brush that I want to mention, and this is from Wet n Wild. This is the, what are you called, P65. This is also a great under eye setting brush. I use this all the time before I got the Raffer one, and now I've just been using this. But as you can see, they are super duper similar, like shape-wise. They're basically the same brush. Obviously this one is a little bit softer and is made out of goat hair, and this one is obviously a synthetic. So, but I really like this. I like this. I like this. I like everything about this brush. I think this brush is a fantastic brush. I think this is just so good. So if you're wondering about a new setting brush maybe for your under eyes, I think you would really like this. This could probably be good for like contouring too. I feel like this could be good for like so many different things. I don't know. This is just a really good brush. So I do want to throw in an Octoly review here as well. And when I saw this in my store, I was so happy because this is a foundation that used to be my holy grail. I hadn't had this in my collection for the past year or so because it is so expensive. And this is the YSL All Hours foundation. This foundation is such a beautiful foundation. It says here, it's a up to 24-hour wear, flawless matte full coverage oil-free foundation. I don't agree with all of those claims. For me, this one doesn't last that long, which I didn't remember that from last time that I used it because it had been so long, and I've tried so many new foundations since then that have ended up being better than what this was. But at the time I thought that this was my holy grail foundation, but it turns out now that it is not. But I still think it's a beautiful foundation. But I do get pretty oily using this. It does last really nicely on me for like the first 6 hours or so, but past 6 hours, I would probably have to like touch up and blot and stuff if I wanted to wear this for a very long period of time and I wanted it to look flawless. I'm not the kind of person who likes the look of like my oils coming through. I don't like that kind of greasy look, and it's not really my thing. But oh, this foundation is so beautiful on the skin. I wish this lasted longer, honestly, because this is just, it's one of the most beautiful foundations right after you put it on and for the first few hours that I've ever tried in my life. And I'm still really happy to have this in my collection, and I'm still going to wear this even if I know it doesn't last that long on me, because I love it. So like I said, it's not my favorite foundation right now, but it used to be. I don't think I would repurchase it though, because it is so expensive. It's like $52 for 25 mils or something. It's crazy, but it's a beautiful foundation, and I think if you don't have like super oily skin, you would really like this because it would probably last a bit better on you. But this foundation is super beautiful. So I have 3 more products left. I feel like this is going to be a very long video, but I hope you like it. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Linda Hallberg. This is the Fantastic Lipstick. This is so beautiful. I have talked about this in the past too, but I have been wearing it more lately, and I think this is such a good formula. It reminds me so much of the gloss sticks from Marc Jacobs or the L'Oreal Color Shine. They're very similar. It's a very kind of subtle sheen, but with having a little bit of pigment. It's not like super pigmented, but this layers so beautifully on top of just a lip liner or even a liquid lipstick. I think is so beautiful. Even on its own, it's really nice, but I don't find that I can like define my lip line at all by just using this. But it's such a beautiful product, and I love that you can multi-use this. I've even used this as a cream blush, and it's so beautiful. I love these. I really want to get like a kind of lighter pink instead of more of a mauve one, which is one I have. I have mine in the shade Pink Opal, and yeah, I want to get more of these. So whenever I make another Beauty Bay order, I think they sell at Beauty Bay, or is it Beautylish? I think it's Beauty Bay, because Beauty Bay is UK, right? I don't know. I always confuse the two because I never really buy from any of them. But whenever I make a purchase from somewhere that's selling Linda Hallberg, I will probably pick up another one of these because I think this is such a great product. The last 2 items are also actually favorites, but the reason why I don't want to call this like favorites and fails is because I want to talk about things that are just like in between too, you know? Like I don't want to have to categorize them. I just want to be like, here's a product. This is how I feel about it. So I want to talk about the Benefit California blush. This has been one of my favorite blushes lately. I think this is so beautiful. Like I love the shade of this. I don't have anything else like this in my collection, I'm pretty sure. I'll give you like a quick swatch. Let's try here. So it's basically just like a kind of pink coral, oh, it's so beautiful. I love the way that it builds very nicely. It's not like super intensely pigmented when you first put it on, but it builds so well and you can really get it to be intense if you wanted to. And I love that in a blush. I find that it lasts really nice on me. I like this because it's a mini. I don't need more blush than a mini, and usually the brushes that I use with this blush, I'm never going to be able to say blush and brush in the same sentence and have it make sense because it's so hard. But I love this. It's one of my favorite blushes right now, so just wanted to kind of give that a little bit of a mention. And the last mention that I want to give is a product that I've been wanting to try for so long, but I just haven't for whatever reason. And this is the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlight. So I've heard so many good things about this. I got mine in the shade Molten Gold, and I thought at first that this was going to be too dark for me, but it turns out that it's not. So I'm gonna put a little bit on because it's been a while since I did my makeup. I did my makeup earlier and I filmed, and then I went and had lunch because I got hangry. And so yeah, this is what the highlighter looks like. It doesn't really go with my eye look because it's more of like a gold and a warm tone highlighter, but I mean it's beautiful. And I totally get why so many people love this highlighter formula because I think it's fantastic. And if you are still around and you're wondering what's on my eyes, by the way, I use these two palettes by Colourpop, and I do have a video on them because I think this video is going up after that one, so I will link that in the corner as well. But yeah, I love these two palettes. I think they are so cute. So I think that is going to sum up this video. Yeah, that was a lot. Let me know if you like this format. And I'm sorry it was a lot of talking about shit that I got for free in the beginning, but you know, I'm really happy about that, honestly, because I like getting free stuff, and if I can share it with you guys as well, I think that's great. So that's going to sum up today's video. Thank you so much for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.